Meow, my friends. It seems Kyiv residents got an unexpected early morning wake-up call today, and I'm not talking about their local rooster chorus. At precisely 5:50 ante-meridium, air raid sirens blared across the city, heralding yet another delightful episode of Kyiv's newest extreme sport, urban missile dodgeball, where the prize is staying alive. Because nothing says "Good morning Kyiv" quite like a 5:50 ante-meridium wake-up call courtesy of Russian missiles. Russian forces, ever the enthusiastic party planners, decided to spice up Kyiv's morning routine with a barrage of 4 Iskander-M/KN-23 ballistic missiles and 39 combat drones. For those unfamiliar with the Iskander-M, it's Russia's idea of a party favour, a short-range ballistic missile that can deliver a 500-kilogram warhead up to 500 kilometres away. Because apparently a strongly worded letter just doesn't quite capture the essence of neighbourly disagreement these days. Ukraine's air defence systems, playing the role of overworked bouncers at this unwanted party, managed to intercept 2 of the ballistic missiles and 24 drones. However, falling debris from these interceptions caused additional damage, proving once again that in the theatre of war there are no small parts, only small explosions. Ukraine's been cooking up some homegrown missiles of their own lately, because nothing says leave us alone quite like the ability to return the explosive favour. The aftermath? 4 fatalities, 3 injuries and a whole lot of property damage that would make even the most seasoned insurance adjuster break out in a cold sweat. The Shevchenkivskyi district, named after Ukraine's national poet and home to numerous cultural institutions, bore the brunt of the attack. I suppose Russian forces have a rather unique interpretation of cultural exchange. Taras Shevchenko, if you're listening up there, I hope you're working on an epic poem about the absurdity of all this. Mayor Vitali Klitschko, proving he can still take a hit outside the boxing ring, stated, "These tragedies emphasise the grim reality of the war. Thanks for that insight, champ. Who knew war could be grim? Next, you'll be telling us water is wet, and politicians occasionally bend the truth." Klitschko's been in the ring with some tough opponents, but I bet none of them hit quite as hard as this ongoing conflict. But wait, there's more. A water supply pipeline was damaged, causing flooding in some neighbourhoods. Because nothing says strategic military target, quite like ensuring civilians can't flush their toilets or make their morning coffee. The Lukyanivska metro station also suffered damage, temporarily closing. I guess even underground isn't deep enough to escape this conflict. Kyiv's construction industry is experiencing a boom. Turns out, repeated missile strikes are great for job security in the rebuilding sector. Timur Tkachenko, head of Kyiv City Military Administration, reported that emergency services were on the scene faster than you can say incoming. Over 84 rescuers and 22 specialised vehicles were dispatched, presumably after someone yelled "Avengers Assemble" in Ukrainian. Emergency services responded faster than you can say ballistic boogie. If only Pizza Hut had this level of dedication. Now, my friends, if you're enjoying this cheery morning news, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, because nothing says I care about geopolitical conflict quite like smashing that subscribe button. In the broader context, this attack is just the latest verse in the ongoing ballad of escalation that's been playing for nearly 11 years now. Back in May 2023, Kyiv experienced a similar missile barrage. Fast forward to August 2024, and Ukraine was proudly testing its own domestically produced missiles. It's like a deadly game of anything you can do, I can do better, except nobody's winning and everyone's losing. For those just tuning in to the world's longest running military drama series, Ukraine vs Russia, here's a quick recap of the last few seasons. Lots of explosions, countless diplomatic solutions, and a body count that keeps on rising. The international community, true to form, expressed its deep concern, a phrase that's become about as effective as a strongly worded post-it note in stopping missile strikes. One can almost picture world leaders furiously drafting strongly worded letters, because nothing deters missiles quite like aggressive use of punctuation. In response, diplomats are furiously drafting strongly worded letters, because nothing deters missiles quite like aggressive use of punctuation. Meanwhile, Kyiv residents have developed a unique skill set, simultaneously ducking, covering and rolling their eyes at the predictability of it all. They've become experts at the world's longest-running military drama series, Ukraine versus Russia, with plot twists more frequent than a soap opera and stakes higher than a skyscraper. Kyiv's new morning playlist features chart-topping hits like Ballistic Boogie and The Missile Mambo. Not exactly Grammy material, but they sure get people moving. Speaking of high stakes, the economic impact of these attacks is no joke. The cost of infrastructure repairs could lead to increased financial burdens on both the government and private sectors. Estimates of repair costs will likely escalate faster than a politician's promises during election season. The fluctuation in military tensions creates apprehension for foreign investments, crucial for Ukraine's recovery. It's like trying to build a house of cards in a hurricane. Challenging, to say the least. The attacks have profound implications for the Ukrainian economy, already strained by the ongoing conflict. Infrastructure damage not only affects daily life in Kyiv, but also disrupts economic activities, leading to potential losses for businesses unable to operate due to physical destruction or safety concerns. The cost of infrastructure repairs, particularly concerning water, electricity and other essential utilities, could lead to increased financial burdens on both the government and private sectors. Estimates of repair costs will likely escalate given the extent of recent missile damage. On the geopolitical chessboard, and no, I don't know what chess is, never heard of it, this latest attack could have some interesting ripple effects. Ukraine's allies might feel compelled to step up their support, possibly leading to increased military aid or tougher sanctions against Russia. It's like a game of diplomatic hot potato, except the potato is a live grenade, and nobody wants to be left holding it when the music stops. Now, let's talk about the resilience of Kyiv's residents. These folks have developed nerves of steel and a sense of humour darker than a black hole. They've turned air raid sirens into impromptu community gatherings and missile strikes into opportunities for urban renewal. It's like they're living in a city-wide episode of Extreme Makeover Warzone Edition. But seriously, the human cost of this conflict is staggering. Thousands have been displaced, lives have been upended, and the constant threat of attack hangs over the city like a storm cloud that refuses to move on. It's a testament to human resilience that people continue to live, work, and even find moments of joy in such circumstances. As for the future, who knows? Maybe next week we'll see the debut of Ballistic Bingo, where we guess which Ukrainian city will be the next unwilling participant in Russia's missile testing program. Or perhaps we'll witness the unveiling of Ukraine's latest defensive innovation, the missile Begone spray, guaranteed to repel incoming projectiles or your money back. In conclusion, as Kyiv residents navigate yet another day of sirens, explosions and uncertainty, one thing remains clear. The need for a resolution to this conflict grows more urgent by the day. Until then, the city stands resilient, its people demonstrating a strength that would make even the most hardened cynic pause for thought. They've mastered the art of living life to the fullest while simultaneously preparing for the worst. A skill set that shouldn't be necessary, but has become all too crucial. So my friends, as we wrap up this cheerful edition of News from the Front Lines, remember to keep your head down, your spirits up, and your sense of humour intact. After all, in a world gone mad, sometimes laughter is the best and only medicine. And who knows, maybe tomorrow's headlines will feature something truly shocking, like peace breaking out or politicians actually keeping their promises. But let's not get too crazy with our expectations. Stay with us for ongoing coverage. I'm Ron De Parmesan, and this has been another Newscat special report.